Good morning.
Howdy.
How's it going?
Oh, just apparently throwing things. Just dropped my
So everyone, we've been talking about it for some time, but we've been trying to expand the team. We added Lauren; she's doing an amazing job with the community, and she's behind the scenes looking at some partnerships and those types of things. We have Ashley now, who's helping us with some of the artist stuff on the West Coast. She just spent the week at TED with a pop-up gallery that was hosted by NFT Culture. Can't wait to have her on stream later today to talk about that. And now we are joined by Molly, who I've known for a number of years, who's closer to the beginning of her journey in NFTs. But when we think about culture and we think about the type of content we want to create, why not have an amazing person to join us and document her journey into NFTs? And so we're going to be trying to do most mornings. We're going to be doing NFT culture and coffee. Molly's going to start taking over as the host of that. But with that, welcome, Molly.
Hey,
How's it
what's
going?
up? Oh, just excited, happy to be here. So.
Heck yeah! So you've been watching these Moonbirds. That's all anyone wants to talk about today.
Yeah, I mean, last week, I don't know, somebody had posted about it. I'm like, what? And it is what you think it is. It's a moonbird.
Yeah.
All definition, like somebody said moonbird, this is exactly what I would picture a moonbird being.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Like we were going to talk about it last Friday, and then we decided to push to today. And then I was going to talk about it on stream. I'd actually titled the video that we were going to do with Mike after we did the Micah Johnson. If anyone wants to get up, we had Micah Johnson on last week talking about Aku. Really, really awesome interview, and shout out to John for crushing it. But Mike wanted to talk about Beeple, so we paused Moonbirds, and I thought it was going to sit between like it launched for 2.5 ETH, and we had talked behind the scenes that I thought it was going to hop up to 12 and settle around 7, but now at 20, what the hell's that?
I could have said this was gonna fly. Like it's
Was that a
different.
pun?
No,
No.
not a pun. No, I think it's so unique enough to where people are like, oh, this could be the next thing. Like I don't know how to describe it other than I want one in my back pocket. Like I really want just like a little fluffy one because they're cute. They're really cute. I
They
know it's
are.
probably not what they want to hear, but
No, I mean they have personality, right? Like when
mm-hmm.
we talked, and what I've been saying this for a year, but like the things I look for, and it's hard now because we're in crypto bro season, but it's like, does it is the artist doxed? The team behind it, obviously, they're very doxed, and they've been around for quite a while. I've been following them since like Dig before Reddit, but then you start looking at the art and like is it good and does it tell a story, right? Is it good is subjective. But when you look at these, like they're all unique and they all have personality. Like that's what I keep saying when people are like the art's crap, and it's like, well, like they all look unique. Some they do have personality. Like this guy's like, what the f,
He was one of my
like
favorites.
yeah. And so for me, it's just been it's interesting to see. I had no idea that it would be over 20 ETH within 36 hours of launch, though.
No. What is it? Is it ranked like on project wise? Like what's the
Yeah, good. Yeah, so I've been following it closely, and I was wrong. So if you look at the last 7 days, man, these Takashi flowers. We're going to talk about it in a minute. But it's the top project for the last 7 days. It's the top project for the last 30 days. And if you look at all time, it's already a top 16 project, and it's past World of Women, which is a huge. Sorry, I need to make it bigger so people can see. It's past World of Women already, and it's only been out for a day and a half. And if it keeps this pace, it's gonna just fly into the top 15, top 10. My concern with it, though, honestly, is can it keep the can it keep the can it keep the momentum, right? Because like
Yeah.
once it's above 20 ETH, like there's two things. Like there's the floor, and then there's like total volume. And a lot of projects are judged off some combination of both. And so when we think about like what can it do, total volume, like once it's above 20 ETH, there's a lot fewer people that can be flipping it, and so that typically slows the volume down dramatically. But these things are they're flying. And for me, like I told everyone in our Discord,
Mhm.
discord.gg/NFTCulture, that it would. I thought it would once again settle. I was going to sell it at 12, and I'm lucky that I was away for Easter, and I don't I don't keep access to my wallets.
Thank you, Jesus.
Remote. Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Sorry,
No,
that was a pun.
that was a pun.
So with like how hyped it's been, do you think this is like it's gonna level, like now it's gonna level, or do you think it has like a couple more days of rising?
You can't predict these things anymore. Like for me, and this is the big thing that I've been talking about for a long time. And Molly, I'm excited that you're kind of hopping in at the beginning, because so many people are coming into the space, and they're like they're sad that um, they missed out on apes, or they missed out on crypto
Mhm.
punks. And like everyone keeps saying like, oh, nothing's gonna flip this, nothing's gonna flip that. Like we had gutter cats and we had cool cats, and then Azuki came and just blew them out of the water. And then now we have this project. And so it's really cool for me. And like when we think about NFTs growing and expanding, and you and others, it's there's gonna be a next one. And there's going to be a next top 5 project. There's going to be a next top 10 project. And so for me, why wouldn't this continue to run? The concern that I have with this project is how quick it's moving. The other thing to think about is, this is part of the Proof Collective.
Mhm.
And so the Proof Collective was, launched, and it was launched very inexpensively. And now it's got 100 ETH floor, and there's only 1,000 of them. So essentially, the Proof team has 11,000 NFTs now. 10,000 of them, the ceiling on them is 20-ish ETH,
Mhm.
and then this set has 100 ETH floor. I don't, these birds can't get closer to Proof, I don't think, without either Proof going up or some other dynamics occurring. So I think that there's a ceiling built in here, but I think that there could be more room to run. And I think that if the team continues to add utility and opportunities, there's room for growth. Board Ape Yacht Club's sitting firmly at 106 ETH floor. So to say that another project couldn't keep growing to eventually getting to that, I don't know, 50 ETH. But
Mhm.
once again, I thought it was gonna be like I thought it was gonna be 12 ETH. Like, and I thought it was 12 ETH ceiling, and then it was gonna cool back off.
Yeah.
So I know nothing.
I mean, you know some things, just not all things.
Just not all
To your
things. Yeah.
to your surprise. Um, that yeah, no, that was crazy to watch. Just it.
It's all crazy. And I mean, that's the cool thing, is part of what we're going to be doing in these segments is, today's not a good day because it's tax day. So like no
I forgot about
projects are
that.
launching. There's a lot of projects on the sideline
Mhm.
because of the land sale that's going to come from Board Ape Yacht Club, later this month.
Mhm.
But we're going to be documenting kind of what are the top 3-4 projects of the day every morning. So I don't want to say your name out loud because I don't want to get demonetized. But if you're here for the NFT Alpha, we're not, obviously, Alpha is part of what we talk about, but it's not all we talk about. If you guys don't know, the Nifty Alpha, they've got a morning show. Po, who used to be part of NFT Culture, he's the host of that. So everyone go check that out for Alpha. Nick and Kicks, or Sophisticated Art Speculator, or Nick number 2, whatever you want to call them. They're all great dudes, and I'm big fans of them. But the other thing I want to talk about is Takashi Murakami, who I talk about way too much.
Just a fangirl. Just a fangirl.
Yeah. Well, so I got my physical. I talk about it all the time. My journey into NFTs was like really interesting because I've been kind of obsessed with Takashi for a long time because
Mm-hmm.
Molly, you know this even better than a lot of people how I've been talking about Kanye for since you've known me for 6-7 years. It's
I
been
know. I haven't even brought him up. Like I just don't want to know. I just don't want to know.
all Kanye all the time. And Takashi Murakami, if you don't know, you should know, but he is launching his project. He was part of the Artifact group launching Clone X, and he teased the Murakami flower seed a long time ago, almost a year ago, and then he actually delayed it because everyone yelled at him and said he doesn't know what he's doing because he was going to launch it directly on OpenSea. And then he went ahead and I put the link in the chat for anyone that's watching. But you can check if you're on the whitelist. This is a safe link. If you did sign up, you might be on the whitelist, and it's a very cheap mint, and it's already a 5.5 floor. So if you were on the whitelist, you basically can create 5 ETH for free if you wanted to. And there's going to be over 10,000 of these. And so when you think about a historic artist in the space who's doing a project, this is definitely the project to watch. My mind says like I want to buy this right now, but I typically don't buy things if it's over 2 ETH. The only two things I've ever bought over 2 ETH were the Azuki project and then this Moonbird. So at 5.5 ETH, it's definitely out of my personal realm of interest. But when you think about a historic figure and the importance of that, I think like this is definitely a project that could have an insane trajectory for anyone who's looking at it.
So people can buy this right now, like the seed.
Yes. So so the way this one's being done and is an onboarding piece. So this right here is there's going to be 10,000 ish of these, like 10,700 something of
Oh,
this
okay.
seed. But what's really interesting, and this is really cool to kind of educate people who are newer in the space, is this is an 1155 contract. And so what's interesting about ERC 721, 1155, 20, 721A. So what this is I don't want to call it semi-fungible because that's not right. But if you have one NFT that's like a collection, like one of 10,000, if they're all the same, it would only appear once. So if you look at it here, it looks like there's only one NFT, even though there's 10,000 of them.
Oh.
But what this is basically this is an inexpensive way. It's kind of a mint pass is the easiest way to say it. So everyone gets their seeds, and then at some future date, those seeds will become one of one NFTs like these Moonbirds. And so then they'll likely go to ERC 721A contract, and it'll be different. And so right now, basically what this says is you can have the NFT, and then this creates the ability for people to buy and sell that access pass, and then it becomes more. It becomes its unique flower at some future date.
So if people are buying this right now, they're buying their own one of one for the release date, TBD.
Yep, exactly.
Huh.
And that's what's really interesting too, is because it kind of also becomes in some instances like you could have pre-reveal, you could have the rarest one in the collection and sell it. So like hypothet and the Murakami flowers isn't loading, but as soon as it does, I'll show. But yeah, so like hypothetically, you could be buying and selling. Like I could have, let's say this is the biggest project in the world, and I sell because I don't know what it is. It could be the rarest one ever, and you could be giving away something special depending on how they did it, right? It could also be a random mint where you burn it and then it does another random drawing.
But there's no date as far as when things are going to start.
I don't think so. I could,
Okay.
I don't think the timing of the reveal will be announced on the official website at a later date. So he hasn't told us what that is yet, but yeah,
The
it's going to be
anticipation.
interesting. Yeah. And Swag's point is like really, really, and Swag's a big friend of the show. Big projects are immediately inaccessible on drop. Like that's the thing that really sucks for a lot of people is they want to be able to, for instance, like I'm not a whale. Um, I've been lucky, but for me, 5.5 ETH is 16 grand to speculate on a project from an artist that I really like is still an insane amount of money for me personally. If it was three, I'd do it.
So I guess that's not fun for people who are like actually wanting to get the piece when other people are like, oh.
Yeah. And that's the challenge that we have right now in this space is that, this comment here, whitelist versus gas war, what's the preference, right? So
Mhm.
what's really interesting, going back briefly, they used to just launch projects. And so people, the project's going to launch at 3 o'clock on Tuesday. And what happens is we get in those gas wars that you and I talked about briefly, where if everyone's competing to be on the same block, you're paying that toll to be in front of the traffic. And so then people are paying a lot more money. And then you have to be good at knowing gas. You have to be lucky in timing. And you have to know kind of how Ethereum works really well to take advantage of that. And that gives the advantage to botters because then they can just scale a bunch of bots and front run the project and then they get them all. The other side is the whitelists where it makes it all random and then
Mhm.
you get access. And so both of them aren't great because with the whitelist, it is randomized, so there is an element of luck there. But then if you're unlucky, you get in trouble, and then people just bought it and create 1,000 discords, which lets them not 1,000, but like 50. You can create 50 Discord accounts.
It's
I
like
know,
that's too many.
yeah, and I know a few people that, like for instance, Moonbirds tried really hard to not let people bot and use
Mhm.
multiple accounts to get in there, um, but they I know people that have won like they entered 20 times and they won 7 of them. So like imagine like that's where like a lot of this wealth is coming from, right? Like imagine you were able to bot this and let's say you get 7 of them and now it's at 20 ETH and you sell 6 of them, right? That's 120 ETH in 4 days that you're making profit ish minus gas fees and taxes or not taxes but the commission and stuff.
Mhm.
So like there's getting into these key projects is definitely where people can make a lot of money very quickly. Not financial advice because this whole thing could pop in a minute and then die in a second. So yeah, it's been a crazy couple days.
No. It's never in my wildest dreams would I think that this is like where we are. Never.
So because you are newer, what's exciting about this space for you to put you on the spot?
Um, I think how fast it's moving. There's if you take a nap, you're gonna miss like 6 different things. And I love sleeping. So um, but just how excited everyone is all the time. Like in all the spaces that everyone's created, all the communities that I've seen so far, I'm like, oh, I like this, and I don't know anything, but I like it. It's really fun to watch the excitement and to go back to what we were talking about earlier, the unboxing that Mike did on Friday. Just the joy that he had. That is what I picture everyone doing when they like land a piece that they're like, oh yes, I finally got one, or like you getting your Moonbird, you just win. So it's awesome to see.
Yeah, it is a wild and crazy experience. So, on behalf of NFT Culture, we're excited to have you, and I think having someone that's new to the space that I've known for a long time, joining us is awesome. And shout out to Mackenzie. I didn't bring her up. She's handling a lot of our business development stuff as well. So projects and artists that want to look at it from that lens. I'm really proud of the team that we're putting together. It went from, and it's really interesting for us personally, is that one of the things that we didn't like about NFT culture, and I've talked about it for some time, is, and I'll probably say it over and over the next few weeks, is that culture isn't for white guys from Texas. And so for us personally, we identified that there were some challenges in that. And so when you look at us being intent, and our wives were all helping in a certain capacity, but that is a little bit different. But when you look at you, Lauren, Mackenzie, Ashley, the devs, Jason and Daniel, and Kevin that are helping Mike, we are broadening the team very quickly to bring a lot of value, not just to the token holders, but also to the broader community at large. And I think we're doing the right things, and I'm really proud of everything that we're doing. So this is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, Blitz is super stoked. I don't know if you can see her back there, but she's not happy that I'm not giving her any attention. So
it happens. All right, we said we'd keep these at 20 minutes. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. Make sure you like and subscribe. Molly, what's your Twitter handle?
I know, I was thinking that as soon as this happened. _ Mighty Malls. Yeah,
I'm just going to paste it here for everyone. It'll be up here tomorrow. Everyone, yes, it'll be a daily. It'll be a short daily. We'll also have it on Apple Podcasts and Spotify for people to listen to. And make sure you follow Molly. Make sure you follow NFT Culture. And when there is alpha, we'll be sharing it. And we're still going to do more of the artist interviews in the afternoons. But we thought just a very quick segment in the mornings would be good for everyone. So I hope you enjoy it. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see everyone tomorrow.
Bye, guys.